In the headlines, Tinubu support organization endorses El-Rufai as Tinubu's running mate. Bandits kidnap another Catholic priest in Kaduna. As field queues persist, NNPC steps up supply from 70 to 140 trucks in FCT. And away from Nigeria, China discovers 12 bodies after typhoon shipwreck off Hong Kong. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Beginning with electoral stories, ahead of the July 17 deadline given by the Independent National Electoral Commission for political parties to submit the list of their candidates for the 2023 general elections, the Tinubu Support Organization has endorsed Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai as the vice presidential candidate. Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress, had openly admitted that he is still searching for his running mate. Sources within the APC said that the party's candidate is considering Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum or his predecessor, Senator Kashim Shettima, as preferred options. But speaking during a press conference on Monday in Kaduna, TSO's Director General Aminu Suleiman said that the group arrived at the choice of El-Rufai after meeting with critical stakeholders from the Northwest Zone and beyond. He believes that the choice of running mate is a critical success factor for the victory of Tinubu in 2023. Hence, the organization, having assessed all options, wants the APC's candidate for the vice president to come from the Northwest, which is the largest voting bloc in the country.
Nigeria. His capacity is not in doubt. His personal ability, outstanding. He is firm, he is courageous, he is a principal. We know that he resisted every pressure to be dragged into the presidential race. We appreciate him and his colleagues, the APC governors from the North, for sticking to the view that gentlemen should respect the agreement. El-Rufai is a leader whose talented and energy should be brought back to the federal level. We appeal to all leaders in the APC to support Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to choose El-Rufai as a running mate.
Meanwhile, Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party has set up a reconciliatory committee to meet with Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State over the fallout of the party's presidential primary and crisis trailing the nomination of a running mate. Chairman of the party's BOT, Walid Jibrin, who made the announcement in a statement on Sunday, said that the visit to Governor Wike will take place immediately after Atiku and the PDP national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, return to the country from their vacation abroad. Jibrin described Governor Wike as a very responsible and obedient PDP member who assisted tremendously in building the party to its present status. He appealed to party members in Rivers not to leave the party and shunned comments aimed at reducing and running down the party. The committee is to be headed by the party's presidential candidate and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and has 13 PDP governors as members. The money laundering trial of a former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, was on Monday stalled before a federal high court, Lagos, as the trial judge, Justice Chukwujeku Aneke, was said to be attending a conference. The trial, which was fixed for continuation on Monday, will now continue on a new date. Fayose is being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for 6.9 billion naira fraud and money laundering charges. He was first arraigned on October 22, 2018, before Justice Mojisola Olato Tegun, alongside his company, Spotless Investment Limited, on 11 counts bordering on fraud and money laundering offenses. The Independent National Electoral Commission office in Iboeze, North Local Government Area of Enugu State, has been razed by arsonists. The office, situated at the council's headquarters in Ogurute, was set on fire last Sunday night, and the affected building was razed to the ground. Witnesses say that the State Fire Service, which has an office at Ogurute, could not move to save the situation until security was provided. The only thing the two fire trucks from Nsukka and Ogurute were able to do was to prevent the fire from spreading to nearby offices. Igboeze North and its neighboring Igboeze South local government area had been under attack recently by gunmen suspected to be affiliated to the indigenous people of Biafra. In response to the attacks, the state government has imposed a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew and has banned commercial motorcyclists in the affected local government areas. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission has described the Sunday attack on its Igboeze North local government area office in Enugu State as worrisome. INEC, in a statement by its National Commissioner, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, in Abuja on Monday, said although no casualties were reported, 748 ballot boxes, 240 voting cubicles and equipment were destroyed. Okoye said that the resident electoral commissioner for Enugu State, Emeka Ononamadu, reported that the office was set ablaze by arsonists at 11:48 p.m. on Sunday, July 3rd. He said that the commission was working to ascertain the status of voter registration machines for the ongoing continuous voter registration, as well as uncollected permanent voters' cards locked up in the fireproof cabinet. Osun State Police have arrested a member of the National Youth Service Corps, Orji Desmond Ikenna, for allegedly diverting 38 permanent voters' cards that he was meant to distribute to owners. The corps member is serving as an ad hoc staff at INEC office at Atakumosa West local government area in Osu. Hamid Oyegbade reports that one of the residents who went to the INEC office to collect his PVC reported at the Divisional Police Headquarters in Osu that his PVC was taken by an unknown person. This led to investigation, which eventually revealed that the act was perpetrated by the corps member in connivance with some chieftains of the People's Democratic Party. The police public relations officer for the Osun State Police Command, Yemisi Opalola, confirmed the arrest of the corps member and assured that he will be arraigned in court.
In 2022, at about 10 a.m., he went to Independent National Electoral Commission office, INEC, at Osun, located at Atakumasa West local government area, Osun State, to collect his permanent voters card. When he got there, he couldn't find his card. He checked all the cards that were there. He couldn't check any of the cards. His name was not there. Now he demanded for the register where they will be collecting the cards and be signing. That was when he knew that his card has been signed by another person.
On the second day, a man came to me. He said he's the honorable in charge of that ward that I'm distributing the card. That I should remove the cards that is belonging to his family, and most especially his friends, so that when they come back, because they were not around, so that when they come back, he will issue the cards to them. So, of which I agree that after all the exercise, he promised to dash me money. So along the line, I told him that if I should remove each card for him, that he will give me 1,000 naira for per card. He said that one is not a problem, that I should be rest assured that after everything that he will dash me money.
And on security matters, another priest of the Catholic Church has been kidnapped by bandits in Kauru local government area of Kaduna State. The victim, Reverend Father Emmanuel Silas, was kidnapped from the parish rectory of St. Charles Catholic Church, Zambina, in Kauru local government within the early hours of Monday. The incident comes less than 2 weeks after the priest in charge of the Kaduna Polytechnic Catholic community, Reverend Father Vitus Borogo, was killed in his farm at Kujama in Chukun local government area of Kaduna State. The police are yet to comment on the development, but the Chancellor of Kafanchan Catholic Diocese, Reverend Father Emmanuel Okolo, confirmed the incident, saying that they were able to know about the incident when the priest did not show up for the early morning mass on Monday. In the meantime, police operatives attached to the Masaka division have smashed a notorious syndicate of motorcycle thieves that operate between AYA Junction, FCT Abuja, and Kefi, Nasarawa State. The suspects, Aminu Adamu Muhammad, Rilwanu Bala, Kabiru Usman, and Bashir Bashir, were all apprehended on Sunday, the 3rd of July 2022. According to police spokesperson DSP Rahman Nansel, a blue-colored Peugeot 406 with registration number ABJ 963 NW, 2 fake police warrant cards and 2 fake police community relations identification cards, among others, were recovered from the suspects. Preliminary investigation revealed that the group, which confessed to have snatched over 30 bikes, often poses as police officers to dispossess commercial motorcycle riders of their motorcycles. Passengers are still stranded along Gombe-Bauchi Road more than 72 hours since the collapse of 2 bridges that linked the road. The bridges collapsed last week after a heavy downpour. Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail, who visited the scene Monday morning, reports that travelers were seen stranded and frustrated over the slow pace of repairs. Take a look.
It is more than 72 hours since the bridges collapsed along the Gombe-Bauchi Road near Bara village. This is a federal highway that links 6 states in the northeast. It is also a major route to the Federal Capital Territory FCT that is constantly plied by commuters. But with the collapse of the bridges, travelers do not have any alternative route but wait.
I'm about to move to Bauchi, but the collapse of this bridge, it has demoralized every business activities between Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba and Bauchi. People that are moving to maybe Abuja and the rest. So it has added more than 70 kilometers that you will go around to Darazo or follow Futuge Alkaleri. So it has really affected the activities. And for me that I'm about to move to Bauchi, I would go back and take another dimension to reach to the place that I'm going. And this bridge, as I'm looking at it now, it will maybe, as the work is going, the work is too slow, and the quantum of the work done here, in fact, is not impressive. And it will take maybe in the next 2 weeks, maybe, or 1 month before this road will be fixed in order.
I'm heading to Gombe. So because of this collapse of bridge, I was not able to travel there yesterday. I have to sleep over at Alekleri, and to reach in here this morning, see the gravity of what happened here. It has collapsed. It have disturbed my plans today, because I have a lot of places to go to today. But because of this, that plan has been delayed, and I don't know the time I will reach Gombe to continue. Probably all of today has become a waste to me.
When Trust TV approached the team leader of the company handling the project of the collapsed bridges, he said he is not ready for comment. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up after the break. The Wanao traders call for help as grain prices skyrocket. Details and more shortly. Join us again.
Welcome to another edition of 30 Minutes. What about your proximity to the FCT? Are you consciously taking advantage of it?
We are definitely taking advantage of that. For instance, our payee has actually jumped. That is part of where we had our revenue that came in. The biggest area of interest for National State is agriculture. So one of the things that had held the agricultural aspect down was the insecurity. So that's why on arrival, the first area we concentrated and worked very strongly on was purely on area of security.
Is there a national effort? And Nigerians can't understand when even ordinary people seem to know where all the terrorists and bandits are, and the government doesn't seem to have a plan to deal with it.
No, government has a plan, and government actually goes after them.
Welcome back. Here's a reminder of our top stories again. Tinubu Support Organization endorses El-Rufai as Tinubu's running mate. Bandits kidnap another Catholic priest in Kaduna. In other news, the General Authority for Civil Aviation in Saudi Arabia has extended landing permits of Nigerian Hajj carriers from July 4th to July 6th. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Assistant Director, Public Affairs Division, Fatima Usara, made this known in a statement on Monday in Abuja. She explained that the extension is necessitated by the excessive flight cancellations and flight delays. She revealed that a total of 13 flights were cancelled, with another 57 delayed takeoffs, 7 of which are in 2 digits, with the highest being 24 hours delay. Usara reiterated that no pilgrim will be left behind as long as that individual has valid travel documents. She appealed to intending pilgrims to remain calm and prepared for onward conveyance for the 2022 Hajj. Meanwhile, some intending pilgrims from Bida local government area of Niger State will not perform this year's Hajj, as the area pilgrims officer Ma Ndagana has failed to remit millions of naira paid into his account. Secretary of the Niger State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Umar Lapai, who confirmed the incident, said that a committee has been set up to investigate the allegations. He said about 150 intending pilgrims paid into the pilgrim officer's personal bank account as directed by him, instead of paying into the official designated account domiciled in Jaiz Bank. Lapai also explained that if the allegations were found to be true, the official involved will not be allowed to travel, adding that the board will not take responsibility for money paid into his individual account. Traders at Dawano Grain Market have appealed to government to provide them with enabling environment to ease the suffering of Nigerians. The appeal followed the continuous increase in food prices in the market, despite being reputed as the largest grain market in Africa. Idris Jibrin reports.
Tons of grains arrives and lived here by the truckloads daily, from maize, beans, rice, millets, and several others. These food crops are collated from different parts of the country and transported to many parts of Africa. Honestly, there are several countries in Africa where we take our grains from here. You see, Burkina Faso is there, Mali is there, Ghana is there, Niger is there, and several other countries in Africa where we used to take our grains from here. But traders here say there are problems in terms of government intervention. For several years, we have been calling on government to come to our rescue, to intervene and be helping us. As at some point, government will say they want to come in terms of exporting our goods to other countries of the world. But even as at that, nothing has been done. And we keep on trying, calling on government to help us, Not quite long ago, we had a meeting in which they said they will intervene so that we will be taking we will be having easy access to taking our goods abroad. But still, we are still having that particular problem. Government is not coming forward to assist.
Kamar a misali akwai wani lokaci can zamanin mai kalau aka zauna a wani abu aka yi menene aka zauna aka
Inside the Dawanau yam section, trucks loaded with yam heading to some countries in Africa. Market unions say yam is even exported to Saudi Arabia from Kano.
Ana kawo doya daga jihar Plateau. Akwai wacce ake kawo daga Nasarawa.
Well, we used to get yam from Plateau, Nasarawa, Benue, Niger State, among other states in the country. And when it comes here, we also used to take it from here to, let's say, from here to Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina, Kebbi, Jigawa, and several other states in northern Nigeria. In fact, Dawanau here is the base. Wherever you plant a yam across this country, it must come to Dawanau before we begin to distribute it to other states and even to other countries. We used to take yam to even Saudi Arabia from here, to Mali, to Chad, to Niger Republic, several other countries of the world. We used to take yam from this Dawanau market to those countries and states in Nigeria. Although grains are available for export here in Dawanau market, but traders say the high cost of food items is attributed to the inability of farmers to access fertilizer and modern farming equipment. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has warned against the sales of rams at unapproved locations within the city. The warning follows the surge in demand for rams as the Eid al-Fitr celebrations draw closer. Musa Luka now reports. All right, we'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. Now, federal government has been called upon to find lasting solution to the continuous scarcity of premium motor spirit known as petrol in the Federal Capital Territory. Motorists who have been in long queues for hours made the call in an interview with Trust TV's Kabir Lawal.
The undersupply of premium motor spirit PMS, also known as petrol, in Abuja has led to over 100% hike in transport fares, commuters stranded and unproductive, and the shutting down of small-scale businesses in many parts of the Capital Territory. This is coming barely a month after Nigerians suffered fuel scarcity, which lingered for weeks, despite the federal government assurance of the sufficient stock of petroleum products for distribution across the country. Motorists who spoke to our correspondent revealed the scarcity of the premium motor spirit PMS has made life unbearable.
Honestly, I just surprised, but this whole thing that is happening for almost 2 months now, every day one have to be in a queue for not less than 3-4 hours. As it is now, I am here in this queue for not less than 2 hours now. I'm still, there's not even hope that I will still get the fuel. And this car, I'm using it to run a business. Honestly, by the reason of this fuel scarcity, has cripples down my business. I don't have any credible reason. But what I'm hearing is that they say this Pengasan Petroleum Tankers Association, that there is some money they are demanding from the government, but government have refused to pay the money. That is why the importation of fuel has been scarce.
The cause of the queue you are seeing, I think is just because of corruption. Some few people are there because they are using the opportunity to make a lot of money now. The line is very long. I think your camera can capture it. Very long. So that's where I started to reach here. But at the bin, there are maneuvering. You know, the line, maybe I will still be at the back.
A cross-section of respondents further revealed that the scarcity of petroleum commodity did not only affect the car owners, but also hampered the economic activities in the country.
They used to come and catch us and all our money, then they search our pocket and anything. Now all your fund them go leave them for you. But we think say we dey help people where they get cars. So you understand? If we are not in the road, cars they are stopping it.
It is hoped that the fuel crisis will be resolved soon, as it is affecting the nation's productivity. We buy the petroleum product 400 naira per litre and sell it at the rate of 3,000 to 3,500 naira to commuters. And we are calling on the federal government to find a means of curbing the fuel scarcity being witnessed in the Federal Capital Territory. From Mabuchi in Abuja, Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has resolved to quickly end the incessant queues at various filling stations in the Federal Capital Territory. By this resolution, the company, in collaboration with the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, stepped up the supply of premium motor spirit to the FCT from 70 to 140 trucks to combat the lingering fill queues. Speaking to newsmen during an inspection tour of filling stations in Abuja, NNPC's Group Executive Director, Downstream, Yemi Adetunji, explained that there was enough petrol in the nation's strategic reserve to last 32 days. Earlier, the CEO of NMDPRA, Farouk Ahmed, said that the improvement in the supply of products from an average of 70 to 140 trucks was made possible by the presidential approval of a 10 naira freight rate discount increase to petroleum products transporters as part of solutions to the supply challenge. The tour of the filling stations was set to monitor developments and ensure compliance. Now, away from Nigeria, 12 bodies have been found following a shipwreck in the South China Sea over the weekend that left the crew of 30 missing, according to Chinese authorities. The announcement on Monday came days after an engineering vessel some 160 nautical miles southwest of Hong Kong suffered substantial damage and broke into two pieces during a typhoon. 3 people had been rescued on Saturday and 1 more in the early hours of Monday, according to Chinese state media, leaving 26 more people still unaccounted for. 7 planes, 246 boats, and 498 fishing vessels have been dispatched to search for the remaining missing people, authorities said. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Watch more via all our social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.